Hi, John here. Today in Auckland, Otahu, it's now 3:57 p.m. in the afternoon, and on Thursday, the 8th of December 2016, I'm just going to ring one of our judges, Manahi Tingaili, and see if he's there. He does. Kia ora, is that you, Manahi? Oh, at last I get you. It's John Wanoa here. I lost your number. I got it somewhere. I wrote it down somewhere, and I can't find it. So I had to go and scratch around and ask Bundy for it. But never mind. I got it now. I just needed your email, and so I can send stuff to you to hook us all together. What's your email? Yeah. 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 Outlook.com. Okay. So okay, I got that. Tuturu Maori at outlook.com. That's the hey? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got that. You haven't got a Gmail one, eh? Oh, okay. Because most of my ones are Gmail ones. I'll try and see if it should go through. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. That's all right. I'll try it. I'll try it first, and then see if it goes through. Oh, that'll be good. Yeah. No, I'm working in with Kingi. Kingi's going down this track. You would have heard me get all tangled up there at the hui because it's frustrating because that bag had everything in it. That's why I took it there so that I can have a little talk about it. And but that's from Mohi Manukau and all those old people. All that stuff with the Whakameninga on the other side. That's what Jim Wikutu is pushing, and that's quite different to the way the Crown operates on this side as with the Confederation. The Whakameninga is the 1834 from the early 1800s, like what Nuki was saying. It's going down the native surname track, right? I have to make sure that that Whakameninga has only native surnames in it, because that it's mucking up. It's mucking up when you get all those people talking, and they're getting their names mixed up inside the real Whakameninga. Okay, under that tree, the Pohutakawa tree they're talking about at Tingairi, there was only native surnames. There was no Pākehā surnames like Hohepa Epiha. His real surname is Epping. With the Pākehā, New South Wales, those convicts over there, that's his city over there is Epping. That's why he goes back there all the time. And then he's from Epping in Sussex, England. That's his that's his Pākehā side wobbling all over the top of us. That's why I'm separating. That's why they don't like me. And Danny Watson said, I don't like what you were saying. So I'm really clearly making the Whakameninga its original state with the Captain Clendon that went to Hokianga first and then took that government, the British one, over to Kororareka. You see? That's the British captain on the ship. That's the one that first said the land belongs to the King of England, King William. You see? That was that's the title I'm going under. I'm only going under the commercial title to get the money out of it. Otherwise, if you play on the other side, you get nothing. That yeah, Clendon, yeah, Clendon and Manirewa. Clendon was the captain that took the government around, not so much the government, but he was the captain of the ship that said that the land belongs to the king. That's the title. That's the British and those Hapu who sat under that tree. That's where they based the Kororareka government from Britain first. You see, the government that Hohepa and them playing with is the New South Wales government. That's that one, and the one I'm doing is the British government from Westminster. That's why we're going to Westminster and see now Hohepa's making. He's taken my thunder and he's running with it. All he sees is the money in it, right? And because the Te Porohau Ruka ran down Kingi, but he doesn't realise that Kingi is the direct line to Queen Victoria Trust where all the money and the gold is. Right? They don't know the bank side of that flag. You see, that flag, to be honest, that flag is a trading bank commercial flag for mortgages and bank loans and gold and everything else they stole. You see? Yeah, I think so, but yeah, if he did, he was the one that first proclaimed the land belongs straight to Britain. Otherwise, the other titles were saying from Australia sovereignty. They didn't have sovereignty here, you see. It was Clinton that brought the sovereignty from Britain. Otherwise, the Australians were selling the land left, right and centre with no sovereignty. For yeah, they were selling land here with no sovereignty from here. And so the British came here, wiped all those titles off. They confiscated all those titles up at Kororareka, blew the place up, then took it to Auckland, Kohimarama, and set up the government there, and then that's where they put the Manukau titles in. From the Manukau Land Company from Scotland, that's when all the Scotland titles came in and took over all the other titles. You see? Yeah? 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 Yeah, so yeah, so that was that one that when Huni Heke cut the flag down, they just blew the place up and blew and took it down to Auckland here, to Kohimarama. Then they set up the British government there. You see? Now that's the title we're doing in that Whakameninga. Because that's the one that's holding all the money and the gold and everything in our trust. Not this one they're playing around with. The Whakameninga of the 1835 was a gazetted 1835 flag from Australia. You see, as soon as Clinton came here and declared at Kororareka that this place belonged to England, they started using that flag before it got gazetted. You see, they said this is the flag of New Zealand, and then they went along with it. Then Busby came along and made a gazette to Australia. When the British grabbed the title in Auckland, they gave it back to the Australia to the New South Wales government to carry on, right? And that's when they put the flag into the 1835. But it was already declared the New Zealand flag from 1834, 20th of March. That's why I opened up that Marae on the 15th of April. I went into that Marae and they couldn't stop me. I took Kingi in there and Hohepa. And the funny thing is, Hohepa had a korowai on, and Kingi, the chief, had no korowai on, because Hohepa saw what I was doing. So he grabbed it, and then the Te Porohau, Ruka, he goes and puts a korowai on too, and so they two fellows, I've never seen them on the marae anywhere in the 20 years I've been going there. They only just, Johnny come later, just jumped on the thing, saw an opportunity to make a lot of money, grabbed all my stuff, and I ran with it. And Hohepa was saying, oh, you're Arataki, bring your stuff here so we can put it through. I said, who the hell are you? You don't know anything about what I do, and you have no title, name to do what I do. You can't talk for this. You see, he can't talk. I'll just tell him straight in his face on the 4th and the 5th of February. All those people who think they're in a Whakameninga, stand up and tell us about your name. Right? You know about my name. It goes with the Moai statue with Jim Wikotu. Jim Wikotu talks to the Moai from Tipito at Haha Block, right? You know the Haha Block? Yeah, well, right, he's talking about that history because he's on the Haha Block. He's going to take it off them, off Victor Goldsmith, and I'm going to help him take, and you're going to help me, and then take it off. with this native court. When we get that native court going, we go down and take it off the Maryland court, off the Te Tumutumu Pairoa. You're going to squash them in there because I put a lot of time in how to do it with that flag and make that flag work for us for what it's meant to be for trade and bank, especially bank. That's why I got the pound note. We're going to make the pound note work. That's why I wrote the pound note. That's what I was saying. I was going to show the people the pound note. It's already online. You can see it. You just type John Wanoa on Facebook and YouTube, and it's all over the world. Everybody's saying, "What's wrong with your native people, John? Can't they see what you're saying?" The British people and American people saying, "John, tell your people to hurry up because we can't wait any longer. They're waiting for me to go to Westminster with a jury and the judges and me, the sheriff, to go there and tell those ones what to do. Because they're in the same boat. We're talking about the same queen and the same king. You see? So that's how it works. It's just cut a long story short. That's why I want to get up. But Hohepa, give me 5 minutes again. It's not enough. It's not long enough. I bought that bag because it's got the original titles to Waitangi land blocks with one house on the whole place, and Auckland, the same thing with the Manukau title. But that's why I said to Danny Watson, show me your title. He got no title match in that bag. Because Mohi Manukau left all his titles with me, and the Vatican and Freemasons. He was a Freemason. He left me on because that's Freemasons running the whole world. They got all the money. They're taking our thunder and our 8-point star and our flag. Because John Key and all the governments here gave it to the Queen, and the Queen gave it to the Pope. And so we're going to go there and take it off and sack the Queen as the head trustee. Yeah, the Queen and the Pope made a deal. They joined the two churches, the Church of England and the Catholic Church, and in Parnell they slid the church across the road. They slid the St. Mary's Church and the other church across the road, put them together, and that's when all this racket started. That's when they signed. When she went to Rome and signed all the treaties out. The Lisbon Treaty and made the Lisbon Treaty because I've recorded it all the way through. I tracked it all the way back from when I took Cook Street. The Cook Street, I'm taking that property. I can take it now because I've won against the police. I used this to go against the police and they lost in the court. What's that? No, that was a land block next opposite the Sky Tower. That was one of Mohi Manukau's claims. So I just picked up the title of Mohi Manukau and ran with it, and they couldn't answer. You see, that's why I say if I went against the police for stopping me from taking that land block, they were covering for the landowners and for their land conveyancing lawyers. And I've gone and caught them out. They can't stop me from taking that block and the whole country. You see? And all I needed to back it up, to make it international and straight to Westminster, was to get the Whakameninga on side. One block of land and the Whakameninga, and that's it. So that's why I said to Kingi, you want your land back? This is how you do it. And so he's gone wrong because he's understood now. I've had a good talk with him for a while now. It's taken a long time because he don't like British. He don't like British, but he thinks that they stole everything. Sure, but he's holding the title. They don't know what that flag is for. They don't know that's the most powerful flag in the world. That's running all the indigenous countries in the world. That Chief Hongi Hika, right? And Tira Waikato, Wharaherehere Manukau, those two chiefs went to England in 1820. They went to Cambridge University. And so they trained Hongi Hika with the gun how to go and take everybody out and conquer. That's his job. But they trained this Manukau fella, the Tira Waikato at Cambridge down here, Maungatautari Mountain. That's that pa over there. Of course, I got all that history here from Mohi Manukau. And so that chief learnt all the land titles and all the bank and all that. That's where they put the native title together in England. Then they put them on all the navy ships, and away they went around the world on all the indigenous countries from that time period. right? Yeah, the Tira Waikato Whara Here Here Manukau. Yeah, that was the Waikato chief. That's where the pound note came out of King Tawhio. Because the pound note came under that title, Tira Waikato's title in England and in Westminster. That's why I've got it on the documents I'm putting together to claim that trust and the pound note and use the pound note on all the crooks. You see? So now I'm just writing a bill to John Key for 1,000,000,000,000,000,000,000 one of a pound note, and I'm sticking to him before he goes. Then a 970,000,000,000,000,000,000,000 pound note to Queen Elizabeth and all the rest of the cabal and all the rest, everybody put together, and we just carve off that. See, the British military is our partner. They have to go in and recover it. So you can see all that on Facebook. You're not on Facebook? Huh? Oh, you'll see. Just type John Wanoa and you'll see the whole lot there. You'll see all the videos. You'll see. That's your history and mine. That's what we're putting together in the Whakameninga. And so all we do is administrators, right? That's your job, administrator, judge, court judge, or native assessor judge. You and Bundy, right? You two, and you the real native judges in any district court, right? We go from that Waitangi Marae into all the district courts and put your authority in there with this jury, right? The jury of about 6 jurors, right? And they are native surnames. They've got to be native surnames, otherwise it won't work. And so I send them straight to England, straight to Westminster, and the military there, the Navy, and they'll recognise those natives. You see? So now you can see to correct it back to that tree. Back to that Pohutukau tree at Tingairi, and start from there and go backwards to that one ship. All the other ships that came don't count because they didn't have authority to sell the lands. So all we're doing is seizing all the land from that title. Okay? Now you got it now, see? So Kingi's got it, and Bundy's got it, and even, who else was it? Selwyn, you see Selwyn Clark, Hirini, he's with us with a non-native. He's on the jury to go to Westminster as a non-native. He doesn't get to talk, but he talks afterwards. But on the panel in front of the Navy and the Westminster, it'll only be the 6 native jurors, and he'll be sitting in the back, and he can come up and at any time to address the Pākehā side here. Okay, he takes care of all the stuff that happened on the land here. All we do is that where the flag went around the world, right? We're administering the Queen's Bench Court, or the Queen, what she did with our trust. And so we seized it and put it back in the King's Bench Court. You see, from Titi Marae, we let all the incorporations and confederation people go and fix the land and everything up and give us the bill. Then we put it in the Waitangi Marae, King's Bench Court. That's King there, Queen in Titi Marae. I said to Kingi and them, don't you mix it up. Don't you come in there with your stuff, because you'll get a pound note on your head if you get in the road. Yes. Yeah, I'll send an email through so that'll get you going, and all that's all. You see, we're going to pay ourselves, right? Once I get Cook Street and Cook Street, because that one I got to seize it any time now, and as soon as I get that, it cashes up the pound note and makes it legal. It's already legal. We already had a court case in Waitangi Marae on the 15th of April this year. We went in there. They couldn't stop me. And the thing is, it's a Ngāti Porou marae anyway. Kingi said, that's your marae. And I said, oh, that's your land, Kingi, so let's make a deal. See? So I'm allowed to talk in there because they couldn't stop me talking about what I'm saying. I'm just saying, I've got all the history here with the one title. If you've got a title, show me. so they shut up and let me go in there. You see? And only a few people came. Hohepa was there, and Willie Pater was there at that hui. And we're going to do that again on Waitangi Day. They can't stop us. We're going in there to do this again. The only thing we go in there to set up to go to Westminster. What's that? Yeah, 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 yeah. He had his little flag, but he also was following down the track of the Ngāti Pro have every right to talk over there. He had his little flag because I was always there with it. But you see, the stall can't go near the commercial side of the Confederation flag. No one can do that. They have to have everything. You can't have one piece without the other. No, that bag I had everything in, all those things in. You see? So so I'm good now that I've got you. Now I can start giving you the stuff so that you can pick up as administrator, court administrator. And I've got our crew in England. I've got a company over there set up for this, and staff there waiting for me to hurry up and get there. We're ready to go there with, and we take the pound note and whoop the whole lot of them. It's very powerful, that flag. You don't know, it's a sleeping giant, ready to go. And Trump is breaking down all the barriers, and the Queen's fraud side, and it's opening the way for us. We're just walking with the flag. Yeah, well, the infant state. Yeah, we can say we're grown up now, but the thing is, all the indigenous countries are waiting for us because of that Te Waikato native title and Hongi Hika native title. They're waiting for that because that triggers off the rest of the indigenous country. They start getting their land back when we get ours back. But we administer the whole thing. Because the Queen is running her business inside that Waitangi Marae, right? So we're stepping there and flipping it back into the King's Bench Court. And then sack her as the trustee. And I'm going there to be the head trust of our Queen Victoria Trust and change it into King William IV Trust. Right? Because that's where the Admiralty comes from, the King, not the Queen. Yeah, so we claim to be a surrogate. I'm the surrogate King William IV to talk for him. Right? As the sheriff. So I'm the one that dishes the orders. You and the jury makes the decision to carry it out, force it, and then we hand it over to the British military. You see, it's just that. That's how it works, because I had lots of time to figure it out, and everybody in the world's watching it online. So if you go straight to Facebook, type my name in there, or Google, or YouTube, and you'll see me all over the world. And we're ready to go. We could be over there in March in Westminster to go and claim our title and the gold, the 1 million metric tons of gold that's in the Philippines, and take the title. And we the ones that split it up to all the countries in the world. Okay? Okay then, Manahi. Good one. I'll send this stuff to you, okay? And the video that I did over there at Marae, I'll send you that too. Okay, right. Yeah. There. That's Manahi. I'm just saying the video that I made at Marae in Whirinaki. I'm not putting it on YouTube or Facebook, and I'm only limiting it to who I think it should go to, and in the Whakameninga. Okay, the Whakameninga, it's targeted for there, and I know that Carla White was supporting me, and especially Hirini Clark, Selwyn Clark. I've known him for a long time. He knows me, and I know him back to front. So that's him and Kingi, Kingi, I'm just telling Manahi that Kingi has his rightful place on this commercial side of the Whakameninga flag, and the chiefs supposed to have learnt how to work the banks and the trade with that flag, if they but they didn't want to play the game of selling land and mortgages and all that sort of crap stuff that the Queen did that. If the King had it, he wouldn't have done it that way. That's the Queen and the Rothschilds that screwed Queen Victoria, that went to mafias and drug runners and crooks like John Key. Okay, so now I'm handpicking them. I'm handpicking them as the Sheriff, King William IV, Surrogate King of Britain, UK, and what's left of them after the Muslims have invaded them on purpose by the Queen herself. She had no regard for her own British people and just couldn't care a stuff and let the Muslims in with her thugs. That's what our flag's for. It's for thugs and pirates to rein them in and lock them up and hang them. Okay, I don't know bones about saying hang them because that's our law. Our law of 1830 to 1837, King William IV, applies. It prevails over all other Admiralty laws in the world, subject to our flag. That's what I'm saying to Manahi. About time they woke up, the real natives, not the mischiefs, the chiefs. And Kingi is a chief commander in this commercial world. Okay, he doesn't like being in commercial world. No real Maori likes being in a commercial world on the Pākehā side. That's why he hates British. But they owe him one. They are in debt to Kingi and his Queen Victoria Trust. Okay, Kingi, if you're watching this video, mate, if you escaped and hid away and watched it on your mobile phone, you can see what I'm saying. Okay? I know you're under surveillance by certain people that it's very difficult to hide. They will find you and catch you and try and make you go into the funny farm. But no, we can't afford you to go in the funny farm because it's the funny farm people that have the brains and can't understand why everybody else is kicking up a fuss. Okay, so that's, I'm glad I got money because I'm very passionate about who I pick as speaking native tongue on their land. And that's what I said to him. When it comes to the 4th and the 5th of February 2017, I'm going to say, stand up and talk to your name. Where it came from, how did you get the authority that you're standing and talking to command everyone else? Now that'll be fun, that'll be fun, that'll be fun. And your real name, because I'm going to search them out first. Everybody tries to humbug, Moai will catch you out. Okay, Moai will catch you out. You can stay on that side of the Whakameninga, the 1835 New South Wales. You can play in that side, but it's subject to the 1834 Whakameninga. Okay, two parts. One Maori and one Moai. Hapu and the other Maori iwi, because that Maori word belongs to the crown. Believe it or not, it's nothing of a real tribe. It's been made up. It's been fashioned to screw you, Maori. Okay? I call myself Moai. And anybody in the world can call themselves Moai if they think they want to be there in that camp. Nothing wrong with it, because Moai is for everybody. Okay, so that's all I want to say. I went to the physio today and feeling pretty good about myself. I had some acupuncture, a new type technique that I've never seen before, and I feel it works. But my ears are still ringing, but my Fitbit has gone down. Really gone down. And if I take medication, it'll go right down. It's going too low, 40. It's sitting on 64 now, and usually around about 50. And if I take medication, it's going too low. 40 is no good. It could stop. Anyway, that was my day today. I haven't gone to the gym. I don't go to the gym because I've got a lot of work to do. I've still got to finish John Key, your bill. I'm just lining up the jury and judges, because see, they don't know this part that's missing. It's well and truly hidden inside the Waitangi Marae, King's Bench Court. John Key, your game is over. Jerry Mataparai, Andrews, Anand Setanen, Sylvia Cartwright, Helen Clark, all you old Governor Generals and Prime Ministers, your game is up. You get the bill, the £1 trillion each on your heads, apart from the land title that we're claiming back. All the fraud on the land itself is 1,000 million trillion, single pound note. On you, Donkey, you're liable personally. That means you lose everything. All your cabinet, all your ministers lose everything. That's it. When I make a law as the sheriff, these jury and the judges make a ruling. If you can't answer with your title and your authority and your jurisdiction and your constitution against what I have in this bag I showed you, I better show you again. This bag has all the titles in it going to Westminster. It's ready to fly right now in my suit and my uniform hat, okay, to Westminster right now. I'm ready to go. As you saw, pretty lucky, they're not ready to go anywhere. And I said, you're too late. You're too late. All the stops are out. The whole system is changing into the New World Order right here. Okay, here's where the New World Order is, in this 8-point star, St. Patrick's Order, that belongs to us. Okay, I'm saying to him, we're going to claim our title in Westminster, and I'm going to pick the right natives with the right native surnames. No bodgy surnames like Wikilefi or Paraoni or Ipiha. Those are not real. You see, they are not real. Or Harawera, that's Hatfield, American. See? Ipiha, Iping, that's not native. It's a Maori made up name. Okay, anything with Maori, don't trust it. Anything with Maori on it, do not trust it, because it belongs to John Key and his Crown Corporations, New South Wales Government in Australia. This title we have with the Whakameninga 1834 is straight to Britain. Our partner, the British Navy, and they're the ones that said the land belongs to the King. I'm just telling Manahi, that's the title we go under, that first title at Kororareka. I hope I make myself clear in this video, because it's on the record. John Key, you're getting your bill, and you get the bill of 970 million trillion pound note, the green one. Jamie, Anna Marie, Patrick, Stewart, and myself on that note. That note is going to cover all the indigenous countries of the world where our native title went through the Queen. Okay, she corrupted our trust, and it's our job to default her back to the King, William IV title, to Ernest Augustus, King of Britain, UK. Currently, he's the sovereign that we swear our oath to, apart from swearing our oath to Moai, Crown, statue, standing in London and here in Dunedin and Auckland, and standing in Brussels, France, and Singapore, and Chile, and other countries. France, where he's sitting as the most powerful memorial with King William's memorial. Those two titles, and us, the native, real live persons, the beneficiaries of the Queen Victoria Trust, and the Akaroa Bank belongs to us, and the 1 million plus metric thousand tons of gold. 1 million metric tons of gold belonging to Queen Victoria Trust is our property. Okay, I'm going there to sack the Queen with this jury and judges from here, Aotea, New Zealand, Waitangi, Marae, King's Bench Native Court. We had our hearing on the 15th of April 2016 and made our flag legal. This 8-point star of the New World Order, St. Patrick's Order, legal. We made the pound note legal. The gold coin of King William IV legal. Our acts of King William IV Parliament, Westminster, 1830 to 1837, legal. Our authority to self-running government our own country with Britain, dual government, legal. All our documents that are authenticated with the seals of King William IV and Moai Crown is legal. And our trading through 250 countries, legal. All our trade countries, businesses, legal. And our documents of warrant to seize property under the King William IV Financial Martial Law, execution warrant to seize any property as a consequence of crimes committed by church and state and by the elite families, the IMF, the United Nations, NATO, and US federal state government, Bank of England, the Rothschild banks, executive, Pope Francis, the Jesuit popes, Queen Elizabeth II Jesuit, Adolfo Nicholas Patron, Black Pope, and his Jesuit company in the Vatican City, City of London, private company of Rothschilds, Washington DC, private company of the Queen, Buckingham Palace, private company of the Queen, Queen Elizabeth II, private company of the Queen, private company of the Queen, and all her assets, 66 million acres of land here, and the 78 countries, Commonwealth countries in the world seized off her title and put back into our King Ernest Augustus V reign monarchy. We petitioned into Westminster from that day, 15th of April 2016, as legal. Everything I'm saying on this video as legal. Every YouTube video with Moai or my name on it, John Wanoa, Sheriff, legal, or any video legal of statements and affidavits, verbal affidavits, and the court hearing in Auckland District Court against the police, CRD, lost the case to me, legal, to use that against the police and every other person who can't refute. Anything I say on these videos and statements are all legal. The pound notes, debt levy instruments, the 970 million trillion pound note legal as authorised and forced under the Admiralty Financial Martial Law. That means seize it off you under the King William IV Acts 1830-1837 applies, legal and force passed in that Waitangi Marae King's Bench Court, Native Court, on that day. Okay, and Kingi Taurua, Chief Kingi Taurua as the Chief Commander, legal, passed in that court, witnessed by Tipene, Paul Tipene, Police Constable, Kirikiri Police Station, and also Maury Rapana, Cultural Manager of the Waitangi National Trust, Corporate Company of the Queen, seized on, all the land in New Zealand seized on, legal, legitimate, authority and seals right through the world. Legal to seize all of the property that belonged to the Queen and Westminster. Return to Westminster, British Navy, British military, and us, a partner. It's up to us, the chiefs and the sheriff and the jury of a native court to seize all the native lands back in all the native countries that the Crown and the King, the Queen of Britain, UK, has gone and seized them. We seized back with the King. Put it back in Westminster, King Ernest Augustus V and his son, Prince Regent Ernest Augustus, as reigning monarchs in the British system with us. The legal, legitimate partners in business, commercial, trading, bank, pound note, Moai, pound note, legal. Okay, legal, passed, forced on you, John Key, and all the criminals in this world to seize all the property back. Okay, you got that? That's what I'm saying in this video today has been settlement of the accounts, John Key. We're settling the accounts with you on this receipt of this invoice to you. On that day, we're settling the account with you for this country. You get to keep running it, but limited to what you can do or can't do over these lands and the foreshore seabed right through the world. This flag is going right through the whole world as title. The Moai title to God's earth. Okay, I put the earth there, spinning, with our title on it as Doctrine of Discovery title under the British Westminster government, the new government, Brexit, the new government where we're going in there. I'm going in there as head trustee of our Queen Victoria Trust, seized off and changed into the Moai Crown King William IV Trust. Okay, seized back into the King Bench Court Trust, off the Queen's Bench and dissolve it. We're dissolving it, but we're going to build it first with this pound note. I'll give you John Key, because you're running her business here for the whole world. Okay? Don't argue, because you're going to lose everything. So, this is on the record, for the record here, on the courts here, the Supreme Court here in New Zealand, and the High Court of Admiralty in London, Judge David Lindsay Mackey, on our documents. This is to you, on the record, this video. At 4:39 p.m. on Thursday, the 8th of December 2016. For the record there in Westminster and the courts of Chancery and Admiralty, Exchequer, to you, and the British military, Michael Fallon. Take note that I am issuing and serving John Key a settlement account for New Zealand, investigation of the New Zealand Trust, interest in New Zealand Limited Company, of its books, to open them up and you to force them, Michael Fallon and the British military and government, force them to open the books, and the Ancient Treasury in England force them to open the books when I get there. Okay, as creditor, I'm the creditor in our court, native court, to square the books. We're the beneficiary of that trust. We're investigating the trust and investigating the Treasury in England under the British military navy. Okay, authority from us. The partners will have the say over the Queen or anyone else who is suspect of fraud and corruption and deceiving. Conspiracy to deceive the people of Britain, UK and Aotearoa, New Zealand, Pacific Islands and the world, Commonwealth countries of the world. Okay? So the church, you get to build too, out of the 970 million trillion pound note. That's split amongst 250 countries and in our administration that I'm setting up. I'm handpicking them from here as native to you British. We'll pick the British on that end. I'll pick the British who are going to be our partners from then on. From when I give this pound note, the green pound note with Jamie Anna Marie Patrick on it, she's Patrick 8-point star, Patrick Surname, is the title that she is holding as being subject to our fact check information. Okay, we have our own live person going there as real native and titles to hold in the Westminster and the High Court. And here, no contest, no contest. Okay, so I make myself clear, John Key. You are now served on this video. I'll just go and see if I can get the pound note and show you. I'll put the pound note in this bag. In this bag. Just hold on. I think it's the best idea to show you. Okay. Okay. Just hold on. I've got to find it first. I should have had it out. That's the mine. We'll get it yet. Hold it horses. I'll find it so you can see it. I think it's in here. I want to show you the pound note that I got for John Key. One of them. At least one of them. Nothing there. I lost it. I lost it. I think I will have it somewhere. Sorry about that, people. I will not have it. I'm sure I had it somewhere. Appears that I haven't got it anyway. Anyway, what I'll do is I will have it anyway. I will have it for you in another video. I'll have it for you in another video. No, I haven't got it. I'll put it down somewhere. Hang on. I've kind of misplaced it, but however, I want to the whole thing. I thought I might have. Not good. No. Anyway, I'll give up. I've got it put somewhere. Anyway, I'm just saying, I'll leave that for when I finish doing the bill for you, John Key. It's the pound notes that I've got, an A4 sheet that I wanted to show you, but I'll get to that one day after I finish this. So that's all I want to say for now. I'm making myself clear, John Key. The time is up, and you're running away. You're running away from the Panama Papers and the deals you made on behalf of your cabal and your bankers. Your bankers is part of that bill in that pound note, and we're going to split it off £1 trillion each on all your politicians' heads all the way back to 1834, the 20th of March 1834, all the politicians all the way through from Captain Clenden's title, okay, to Britain. You got £1 trillion right through to all your parliaments. That's why the bill is so high. You'll never be able to pay it, but you're going to lose everything to pay your bit. You're liable. All of you are liable to legacy of stealing off the people of the land. The man of the land, you've stolen off the man of the land, including the people who've come here to live with us and that we allow to stay with us. Okay? You're here with occupation titles, John Key, and we're seizing those titles. We're seizing those titles. We're going to let you manage your government, but you'll be limited to what you can and can't do, and we will bill you till the day you drop. We're going to treat you the way you treated us, with our higher authority than your assumed sovereignty authority of nothing. Okay? Thank you very much, people. See you later. Bye for now.